about 2 hours. Well, a little less than 2 hours. I ain't got to be in the first group today. Hey, Fuzzy, how you doing, sir? Or ma'am? Thank you for coming back in. I think you were here the other day. I think you were in here Monday. Same pond as Monday. Just Monday I was way down on that bank, way over there on the other end. Alright. We'll have to see what I can do there. I got the raised tail, chartreuse, pepper, crawdad bait that I was using the other day. That worked pretty good. If not, I do have a jerkbait tied on too. A 6 cents provoke jerkbait. I did bring my better scale today. David, how you doing? I just started 3 minutes ago. This is my second cast. So far, I haven't even seen a fish yet. Not even up around the side, so. Same pond as the other day, I'm just on the complete opposite side of it. Trying to figure out where these fish are for right now. Are they up close? Are they offshore? As I say that, there's one swimming by. But it might be up closer. Hey, Steven, how you doing, sir? One of the owners. It's nice when they don't even come over and talk or aggravate you. Y'all make sure you hit the thumbs up button, both in the chat and in the background. I appreciate it. Monday I had more thumbs up than I've ever had on a live stream, which was 55 thumbs up. Got me a professional overrun. Ashley, hey sweetheart, how you doing? I don't think I've actually been able to formally congratulate you on your news that you had that came out a few weeks back. Fixing to go work in the yard. To be honest with you, Steven, I probably should have been doing that myself. NJ Fishing Maniac, what? What's up, Mark? I don't know about Master. Maybe Mister. You're the master at fishing, Mark. Yikes. Dink over stink, what's up? Sean, Hunter, Rico. So far I hadn't had a bite yet. 12 awesome people, 11 thumbs up, thank you. I was hoping pulling this crawbait across the bottom I might get a catfish too. Got some geese out here. I have to move down to That's awesome, Ashley. Keys to a new place is always fun. There's my beautiful Ram truck behind me. Not sponsored by Ram at all, but hey, I'll take a Ram sponsorship. Ha ha ha. I am sponsored by Obalis. That's who makes this reel. BF10 at obalis.com gets you 10% off your order. Also have a nice pair of Obalis pliers. They come on a lanyard, so then you can hook to your belt loop, so you won't lose them, as you won't backlash them into the water. Done moving, yeah. Moving is never fun. Hey Denise, how you doing? Me and Coastal would love a house out in the country on about 5 or 6 acres of land, but I don't think either one of us wants to move all of our stuff out there. Yeah, the weather's fairly nice. I think it's mid 60s, low 70s. Nice southwest wind or southeast wind maybe. Somewhere out of the south is the wind. About 5 or 10 miles an hour. I don't think the fish want what I'm throwing. I'll do a few more casts and then oh, thunderstorms already. Fun. Do a few more casts with this bait. If I don't get a bite, now I'll go get the jerk bait out. They called for a possibility of thunderstorms here tomorrow. I worked 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. tonight. I'll see what the weather's like tomorrow. I'd like to go over to the Roanoke River and see about trying to get a catfish or a white perch or something like that over that way, but I have to see what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. If not, maybe I can do that Friday morning. Because I don't have to pick up Panda Friday. My parents are getting her. Alright. Obviously, this is not a bait or color they want today. Or there's just no fish over this way, period. Let me go to plan B, which is the jerk bait. See if plan B will work today. If plan B doesn't work, then we'll go to plan C, which is a different part of the pond. That's good. Me and Coastal got to get some. We need to go get some. What's it called? Seeds to plant. We got the planters. We just need to get some seeds and plant them and get working on where our garden's gonna be. Don't forget, you should be able to type the word backlash. Nightbot will drop your link. Hello to whoever just said hi. I cannot read that name to save my life right now. Let me see. Put it over here, can I read it better? Enigma. I put y'all leaning. There must not be any fish in this area right now. I don't know if they got lockjaw or what going on here. I've seen one fish swimming down the bank and that's it. And he wasn't even that big. We got an area set up for our garden. Leslie, this area or this pond was dug out about, I'd say 20 years ago by DOT. I don't know if you can see, but over this way, there is a bypass around my little hometown. And they used the dirt from this pond to build that bypass. The owner of that, this was farmland at the time, the owner did stock it with crappie, bluegill, largemouth bass, and channel cat. But like I said, that's been 20 years ago, so anything that he stocked it with, except for maybe a catfish, is pretty much dead and gone at this point. I just had something hit at it, but didn't grab it. I have a bait with 3 sets of treble hooks. A fish bites it and doesn't get hooked. How is that? There are a couple of ponds around here that are stocked with rainbow, brown, and brook trout. But this year we did not get them stocked because Hurricane Helena that went through the western part of North Carolina in 2025 pretty much destroyed the trout hatcheries. And with that being said, unfortunately, they were not able to produce the trout that were needed to stock everything that they normally stock. They preserved any and all trout for the main rivers up in the mountains for the hatchery-based tourist fishing, which I understand. The ponds down this way are get too hot during the summer, so the trout can't survive, supposedly. There's a fish. Oh, nope, fish off. Again, how do you bite a bait that has 3 sets of treble hooks and not get hung? That is beyond me. I did do a community post earlier today. If y'all would go interact with that for me. Basically asking, would you like for me to go over different types of lures, what types of fish they can, if I pick a lure for like a tackle time deal, I'll pick like a jerk bait, something like this one here. I'll go over what types of fish they can catch, when I think, or based off of research, when it's best to use a jerk bait, what species can you catch off a jerk bait, the different sizes and stuff like that. Might pick a company like Shakespeare, for example, or excuse me, Shimano, for example, and go over some of the reels that they have, or the rod is a Shakespeare ugly stick. Go over some of their rods and what are the specs on them, what would you use each rod for, type deal, based off of the specs. Or I can go and like pick out like a channel catfish, which is what's in this pond. Talk about what type of baits to use, techniques to fish for them, stuff like that. If I do something like that, I don't know if I'm going to do it according to a video log of it or a live stream of it. But maybe do like a Tuesday or Thursday, once a week video going over different fish species or what have you. Right now, I am not doing good today, y'all, when it comes to fishing. See, I got 11 people in here, 20 thumbs up. Sanjita, hello, how are you? Alright. I think I'm going to have to get in the truck and move farther back up this bank here. Maybe I won't lose y'all. Because right in this area I've had one hit and he didn't bite it very good. And I was on the jerk bait. This is why they call it fishing, not catching. If it was easy, you would catch something every time you went. But the fish never make it easy. I have same conditions as Monday, but the same technique is not working today. Bear with me, I'm going to put y'all in the truck. And then we're going to ride down the bank just a little bit. I'll have y'all out of the truck here in just a second. I'm sorry for the way it's looking at the ceiling of the truck. Alright. Alright, one sec. Be right back. There's like a crispy crawl. Let me see here. Get y'all out here. Sorry. Turn the spam call off. We were up over on this shoreline right here, and now we are coming. I'm gonna start in this corner and work my way back, just so y'all can see. I'm gonna go back with the Texas rig again here and see how that works. It's also getting into the springtime spawn time. So I'm also, while I'm walking down here, I'm looking to see if I see any fish that might be trying to make a bed. Or the starts of a bed. Which I do not see right now. Coastal was trying to call me. I can't answer it right now. And I'm hung up. Give me just a minute, y'all. Who's that? Avid! What's up? I got hung up on a lay down. I'll be right back. Get to the other side. Somebody lost the Ozark Trail Cup and it's been smashed. I'm not so sure I didn't have a fish back there. Right then. But trying to get the backlash out, I missed him. Avid, I hope you're doing well, sir. How many of y'all were reading I would fall in the water right then? I'm pretty sure Avid was. That was a terrible cast. I feel you're waiting on that, Avid. Leave it to you. I don't expect I'll catch a catfish doing this, but hey, there's a chance. I did see one swim by a little while ago up at the front of the pond. So I know there's still a few, at least one in here. I think I'm gonna take this rage crawl off and put on a different bait. I have a Paca Slim by Net Bait. It's a 4-inch bait. Kind of like a crawl, another type of crawl, just this dark color, not the chartreuse. Might be a little more natural. We'll see if that works. Because the rage is not working today. I got the rage tail crawls mainly because we're coming into spawn season for the bass. And that bright yellow is very easy to see in this clear water. So if I'm trying to get it specifically on a bed, I can get there easier. Who is that? I can't see. Leon, what's up, buddy? Couldn't see the name. Got 24 thumbs up and 6 awesome people in here. So far I've been skunked over 36 minutes of fishing. 0 fish on the bank so far. I had 2 bites on a jerk bait earlier and didn't hook either one of them. how a fish can bite a bait with 3 treble hooks on it and not get hooked is beyond me. Felt like there's a little one. Woo, aquarium size, just about. First fish of the live stream, y'all. Bait change helped. He is not big at all. I left the scale in the truck. He might be 1/4 pound, maybe 3/10 of a pound. You can see where my truck is right there. I'm gonna run down there and grab my scale. Oh, never mind. Never mind, I ain't got to. I found it. I thought I left it in the truck. I didn't. I left my brain in the truck maybe. My scale's on my hip. I forgot I hooked my scale to my belt loop. My brain is a backlash at times, y'all. It's not just my casting. I know Coastal was trying to get it with me a little bit ago, and yeah, I was live, so I couldn't answer the call. I'll get back to her after a little bit. I don't know if that first fish was even big enough to weigh anyways. He is so good. Leon, Fishers of Men is avid, sir. There's a fish, number 2. Right under a laydown where he was supposed to be. He's smaller than the first one, I think. Well, what do they say? Dink lives matter too? Got my trusty of ballless pliers here. I love these little pliers. They got the lanyard so I can't lose them. They got a good line cutter. They had a piece for putting the split rings on. And then they got the little button there that lock them shut. And then I got this nice new scale for Valentine's Day from Panda and Coastal. Huh. don't know if y'all can read that. It says 7 ounces. Rude 18-wheeler. It says that this fish was 7 ounces. Doug from Dayton, Ohio. How you doing, Doug? Thank you for the like and support. I do appreciate it. Out here catching, supposed to be largemouth. We're catching largemouth bass. This pond, so far I have not caught a big one in the last couple of years. Pound and a half, 2 pounds has been about the biggest one. Most of them seem to run around half a pound. I like that challenge. Hey, Passions. If you type just the word backlash, then Nightbot should drop your channel link for people to go subscribe to you or support you back. I've caught 2 so far. Both of them have been not much more than a 1/4 pounder with cheese. I started out with a chartreuse pepper race-tail crawl on the Texas rig. Switched over to a jerkbait and tried it for a little bit and didn't get, I got a hit on the jerkbait but never hooked up. Now I've got a net bait packer crawl on. I've caught 2 on it so far. Black liquid licorice. Huh. Weather permitting, tomorrow afternoon I may go live like 3-4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and see if I can't, if I do, it'll be over at the Roanoke River. I'm going to be looking for striped bass or catfish tomorrow afternoon. I do have some lights that I can take with me, so I might can stay a little bit later. We'll have to see what the weather is like though. Those storms that have been producing all the tornadoes, hail and stuff in the Midwest are supposed to come through eastern North Carolina tomorrow. Luckily for eastern North Carolina, the Appalachian Mountains will break a lot of those storms apart before they ever get here. As you can see, this pond has a lot of good submerged aquatic vegetation in it. Five-pound bass, nice. Jessica, I don't want to see a tornado in your area either, because it has to come through here to get to you. Nine times out of 10, the weather here goes west to east, and I'm west of her. Whew. I would like to catch 5 fish today, but it looks like it's going to be a little difficult. Looks like 5 fish today is going to be easier said than done. Especially considering I got to get off here in about 30-40 minutes and go get Panda from school. I'm going to step to my truck and grab the jerkbait real quick. I'll be right back. I need to remember to bring me a fish towel out here with me. Y'all are having too much fun with that slap function. I thought I set that to members only, but Nightbot ain't doing its job. I'm gonna have to switch the hooks out on this jerkbait. It's a 6 cents provoke jerkbait. That's the 3rd bite I've had today and not hooked up yet. Jessica's been asking to hold your comment for review when you type slap. And me, so that means it must be doing its job. Because I had to review it before it allows it. So that's pretty cool. And Avid is a member, so his automatically comes up without having to be reviewed. And with me trying to fish, I ain't got time to review. Doug, I appreciate all the luck I can get. Ooh, this water is so clear you can see this bait for a mile. I've got 31 likes, it looks like. Yep. Alright, y'all can stop with the slapping now. Don't wear it out. I can already see I got to put a timer on that. I would say you're a bunch of kids, but Jessica is a kid compared to most of us. Hey, I got an audience over there, it looks like. They stopped to watch me. I'd like to get one on this jerk bait. Jessica, you're only like 20 years old. If that. Yes, I know you're a couple years older than 20, but you don't look like it. $61. I will be 45 this August. You're just staying young. I wish I could say the same. Let's come back to the drawing board here. Put y'all right there. Ow! Oh, that was a 270-pound catch I just hooked myself. Or 265-pound catch, should I say. That's always a fun thing to catch, is your own finger. Still going to use a jerk bait. I just tied on a shorter, smaller jerk bait, smaller profile. See if that'll work. Mustache makes me old. Avid, that's a lot better than what Canadian Family Life told me about the mustache. I wouldn't chase it. Gotta love it when you try to do a quick finesse cast and it wraps up in the hooks and everything else. Gotta love that. Oh, I get him finally. Had two after it. Finally got one of them. Whew. Fish on. He bit at the last possible minute or second, right up here by the bank. Kind of figured if I downgraded my size, I'd get a fish. That is not very big. I have caught bass in this pond that were upwards of 10 pounds, but that's been 6 years ago. $11 ounces even. I don't know if y'all can read that or not. So I've caught fish 10 times bigger than this out here. Because I've caught them upwards of 10 pounds out here before. Or just over 10. But hey, I got a fish. That was number 3. I think this wind would make it a little bit nicer than what it is. Had another one after it. He stopped right at the bank. But he wasn't much bigger than the bait itself. Yeah, I saw you catch a catfish last year. I need to go back to that that pier. I don't think I went last year at all. I'll get back out there again this year a few times. Hopefully more than a few times. Runzo, what's up? Thank you for coming back, sir. Back-to-back live streams. Nice. Glad to have you back in here. Fish count is 3 largemouths. Nothing to brag about or call home about, unfortunately. That's a nicer one. Swimming down the bank. Let the Texas rig alone. I've gone to a jerkbait. I had a few good follows on this one, but not much on the lines of biting yet. Actually, I take that back. I think I caught 4 fish. Because I've had 2 on the jerkbait and 2 on the wow. Had 2 on the Texas rig and now 3 on the jerkbait. I didn't even realize I had a fish. I was still jerking it. This little guy bit the bait and never fought, so I didn't even realize he was on there. And that hook just fell right out. A nice little baby. This is one you would take home if you had a 20-gallon aquarium. I'll weigh him because I just got a new Bass Pro Shop scale for Valentine's Day from my 8-year-old and my wife. Five and a quarter ounces. I don't know if that would qualify as a nice one or not. 5 and a quarter. So 8 ounces would be half a pound, so maybe a quarter pounder with a couple slices of cheese. But a fish is a fish. I think that was 5 for today now. I'd love to catch one in the 2 to 3 pound range. I don't think they've moved up yet. The people that own this pond do not allow boats in here. So, yeah. Makes it hard to get out to where the bigger ones are. What I need to do is figure out a way to do a quick clip on my oh, there's a fish while they're offshore. About the same size. A little bigger, might be close to half a pound. But yeah. These are all largemouth, they're not spotted. But there's another one. Of course, by the time I have to leave, I start catching fish pretty regularly. Finally found the bait that works. This is how my 2 and 3 hour videos get down to 15 minutes normally. I do 5 or 6 catches, but all you see is the catches, not the 4 or 5 baits I use before I get to the catches. I had a Provoke 110 jerk bait on, and it was getting hit, but wasn't. It was getting hit, but I wasn't hooking up on them. So I switched to a smaller size, and now they're biting it. Walk down a little bit farther. Cast down here a little bit, and I only got about 10 more minutes. Then I got to go get my 8-year-old from school. So her school lets out at 2:30, but I try to get there around 1:30, just so I can be up front in line and get to watch her on the playground. Fish on as soon as it hit the water. These fish out here are cookie cutter size, unfortunately. It's highly overpopulated. Thank you. Ronyo's Adventures, I appreciate that. True Carolina Outdoors. Which Carolina are you in? There's that one, about the same size as the last one. Yeah, these would be. I need to find somebody that has a backyard pond and transport about 100 of them over there. Who's that? Radio Nut. That's a cool name. True Carolina Outdoors. North. Met me in Big Rods, I believe. I can't remember, but yeah. It may have been in Seen It. Oh, there's a fish. Next cast. Yeah, like I said, these fish are small, but they're fun. Yeah, I'm in North Carolina also. I'm by Greenville. I found a little school of baby fish here. Fayetteville, okay. Oh, another fish. 3 casts in a row. They all look the same, unfortunately. What lures do you have? Brittany, I have all types of lures. There we go. Nice little guy. They're all small, but they're fun to catch. True Carolina Outdoors. I do know there's a hunting and fishing expo coming up in July at the convention center in Greenville. It's supposed to be back January, February time frame, and they canceled it due to the snow and moved it. I think it's July 11th. It's like the weekend after 4th of July. Hey, I had a cast without a fish. Ain't that nice? This particular jerkbait, there's a gentleman that I know on YouTube. He's from Portland, Oregon. His channel is Terrible at Fishing, and he painted this jerkbait for me. His name is Mike. Channel name is Terrible at Fishing, and I did I think I did one of his random packs that he has. Just a random box. I don't know what the name of this jerkbait would be, but he painted it, and they are killing it. From God's country. Yeah, they canceled the one here in Greenville, which was going to be the weekend after y'all's, and now they've moved it to the middle of July. 9 1/8 of an ounce, so just over half a pound. I think this one's about 3 or 4 inch jerkbait. A little 2-inch jerkbait on an ultralight rod out here would be fun. Because I do have I've caught bluegill out here just over a pound. There's yellow perch out here. Like I said, there's catfish and largemouth bass. A matter of fact, if you go on my profile on my YouTube channel, the banner is me holding about a 30-pound channel cat. It was caught right where I'm standing at right now on a piece of chicken liver. No smallmouth in this area. I'm sure North Carolina has some smallmouth bass, but they're in the far western part of the state, or might be more up like northwestern part of the state, around the Virginia, West Virginia area. Down where I'm at, it's too warm for smallmouth, I think. Yes, I have caught a pike. I will probably go to a pond Saturday that has pike, largemouth bass, and catfish in it. And I think it has gizzard shad in there for the bait fish and bluegill. If I do that, I'll go out on my boat. I will not film from, if I film, it'll be by GoPro. It will not be by phone. But there's a good chance I'll catch a pike out there. Oh. since they're biting the jerk bait, I'm gonna throw this little square bill a couple of times. And that will be on my Abolish Strike Pro. I'm gonna try to turn it this way so you can see the different colors in the sun when you rotate it. I am sponsored by Abolish. Abolish.com. If you go in there and make an order, BF10 gets you 10% off of a already discounted product. Got that. I've got my pliers. I do have a pair of fish grippers in the truck. I knew that was going to happen because I'm throwing into the wind. Anytime I go from a spinning reel to a bait caster, I always backlash the first few times. Yeah, we don't have muskie, not in eastern North Carolina at least. I think, I want to say I've heard Lake James and Lake Wiley over by the mountains might have some muskie in them. Okay, Alonzo, cool. There's a couple of lakes in western North Carolina that might have some muskie in them. I'm not 100% sure. I know watching North Carolina Weekend on Public Broadcast Service, I have seen them fish for muskie, but I can't remember exactly where they were. I can't remember if it was a lake or if it was like the PD River maybe. The only downside to a square bill out here is they dive down and the square bill hits the grass and all you catch is grass. That's why I like the jerk baits and Texas rigs out here so much. It won't be too much longer I'll be able to catch them on top water. Which, to be honest, I probably could throw a whopper popper on and catch one now. But as for today, unfortunately, I've got to go get me some lunch before I go get my daughter. I do need to head to the house. Have you ever gone to Roosevelt Lake in Arizona? I have not been west of the Appalachian Mountains that I know of. The farthest west I've been so far is Louisville, Kentucky. So I've never been to the plains or anywhere like that. I've been as far north, I think, as Georgetown, Delaware. I've been all the way to the bar at the end of the road in Key Largo for Florida. But I don't get off of the East Coast hardly at all. And very rarely do I go above the Mason-Dixon line. But unfortunately, y'all, I'm going to end this here. thank you for coming in. It was another good live stream. Caught right many bass today, so switched up that little jerk bait. Worked out good for me. But as y'all can see, it's a trial and error anytime you're fishing on getting to where you can catch a fish. But once I switched it up, I started catching them every cast just about. I think I had, what, 3 or 4 back to back to back to back. So anyways, y'all, take care. Have a blessed and wonderful day. And I might try to get out Friday morning somewhere. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet Friday. But anyways, y'all take care. God bless. And see you hopefully Friday morning if all goes well and the good Lord's willing. Bye.